This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, where you can report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. Call 1-800-780-TIPS. By Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated. No matter what the weather condition is outside, have it your way inside. 239-693-1569. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, welcome back. I'm glad you stayed with us. We've been talking about Jacquie for a while in this past interview with the fine staff from the Community Press newspaper. Shout out to Pablo, the layout man. Jacquie Williams is here now, Jacquie Matthews Williams. So without further ado, let's get a chance to meet her. Jacquie, welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Hi, Lee.
I know this is not your first time on the show. Let everybody know both of us are in the blue and white.
Yes, we're the Blue and White family. Zeta Pi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Incorporated. And congratulations on being selected as a Black Girl Who Rocks.
Yes.
See, I remember all that?
Yes.
All right.
Thank
What was that like to be selected as a Black Girl Who Rocks of Southwest Florida?
That was an event, and it just was awesome. It really was. It caught me by surprise. I was getting dressed when I got the phone call, and I was like, you mean me? And it just caught me off by myself for a second, but I enjoyed it.
And we have here Mr. James Millerbrook, the publisher and advertising director for the Community Press. Mr. Millerbrook, everybody knows you. You don't need that much of an introduction. But what I want to ask you is, how would you like to be known now that your baby, the Community Press, all of you want to be known as that math man or that publisher of the newspaper, or are they both equal?
They both equal. Yes.
Why is that?
And here's the reason. I have my mathematics skills is just wonderful. I can tell students why I chose math as opposed to any other career. I tell my daughter sometimes, Daddy, why did you like math so? I say, well, I didn't like British literature. And courses like some courses that I know I was going to make a C in, but I can go and take a chemistry course or a math course and make that A and make those two become B's then. Mm-hmm. So I say, math is my field that I enjoy, and kids and adults do not like math, they can come to the old man Middlebrooks and they will enjoy math after I talk with them. Because I can tell them how I built a house out of math, how I make money with my trophy companies when I had the trophy company, how I made money with the child care center, how we make. You did not know we had a restaurant on Martin Luther King Boulevard, but it called Anderson Avenue then. Mm-hmm. So we have had a chance to do all kind of things, but all of it just come down to mathematics.
Mathematics. Now,
yes.
How can people get in touch with you for all their math needs, and what types of needs do you feel in math?
Well, we have an article in the paper every month. If a person is having problems in the SAT, the ACT, the GED, you'll be surprised how many males do not have a high school diploma. So if they need some help in any of those, Friendship Missionary Baptist Church, we've been closed for 2 months now, but I do private tutoring right here at the office. But if they need some help, I will be happy to help them. I will make them a genius out of mathematics.
Speaking of, he said the paper, that's the Community Press paper he's talking about, the preeminent newspaper in Southwest Florida, my favorite newspaper. This is where I go to get my stories for Lee Pitts Live. Is it okay, Jack, if I steal you guys' stories and take them to television?
Oh, definitely. We share.
Jacquie, we were talking, I don't know if you heard everything. Everybody was talking about how great your work is as a photographer and how you, get into the community and get these photos. But before we go into that, how did you, because this is like about 5 or 6 years ago, I started seeing you walking around with a camera. I don't know if I saw you with the camera proud of that? You just sort of got into photography, or you always dibbled and dabbled?
I've always dibbled and dabbled. I found a picture that I took when I was in, I think, high school. I took a course at the Franklin Institute. So I've always loved pictures. I always loved photography. But my job as working in marketing, you have to double up as a photographer for sometimes. So I learned what makes a good picture. And so I'm always listening to other photographers. If I see a photographer out there, I've got questions. I want to know. So I just absorb.
Okay, so the idea, the whole experience of being able to capture all these positive images in the community that, in many cases, others would never know existed unless you brought that art to the forefront. What does it do for you personally to know that you're documenting the history of our community in such a positive way?
Oh, that does great for my ego, because I love to see my pictures in print. I love to share my photos. A lot of photographers get mad at me because, you got your photos just out there. I says, why would I want to hoard my photos? I want everybody to have their photos. I want them to spread it and share it. So that's what I want to do. I just want to spread the love, spread the photos.
Now, you're the social media and photographer editor for the Community Press newspaper, but you also have Jacquie's event photos?
Yes.
Go ahead.
People contact me for birthdays, anniversaries, retirement parties, weddings. I do mostly family photos. I was just at one before I got here down in Centennial Park. I am affordable, and I just want to make people happy. So many times people don't have photos of their loved ones, and one of the greatest honors I've had is to capture their last photos. I never forget one of the AK ladies. She was at a party on Saturday night. She passed away, and I captured her last photo.
Right.
So I've been in that predicament 3 or 4 times, and when people need their photos for their obituaries, I've had nice photos they could use. So
let's see what the Big Cheese has to say about you. What do you have to say about one Jacquie Matthews Williams?
I'm so happy she's with the Community Press. I know there's other people out there who think they are gooder than Jacquie, but there's no one. She knows what to do, how to do, when to do it. And whenever we need it, even sometime I call her late at night. Hey, Mr. Member, what you want? I say, I need you to go so and so and so. And she said, okay, I'll take care of it. And then when she finished the picture, she sends it to Pablo, and then she will make a comment about it. And if Veronica has to correct anything on that part, not necessarily correct, but she will add more to it to make it feasible for the people that can read.
I love to see black folk working together like that.
Oh man, you can't.
Jacquie, I'm holding up a picture now. This is one of my favorite covers. You didn't know that. Just the way the colors jump out when I first saw it, and the full body, and it just talk about this day and taking this picture and the magic that went into it.
we were down in Estero for the breast cancer walk, and those 2 ladies, I love them. And I was just taking their picture, and when I was going through the pictures later, certain pictures would jump out, and I know when it's a cover. And that was a picture, and I told Pablo my vision was to highlight the pink because pink is the breast cancer color. And he did exactly that, and it came out fabulous. We've gone to like the big picture on the front. So we're all about improving the paper and making it bigger and better, and people are loving it.
You mentioned, before we go away from that, how can people get in touch with you for Jacquie's event photo?
I'm on Facebook, Jacquie's Event Photos, and that's JACQUIE. You can call me at 239-222-2073.
The pictures, they always tell these magnificent stories just when people look at them. Like when I look at your pictures, do you try to get in motion pictures, people in normal, or are you okay with posing as well? I know a lot of times you don't seem to want me to pose when you come around, but so do you have a preference there?
I love the impromptu pictures.
Right,
I love the spur of the moment pictures. And people say, oh, I don't like those. Those make the best pictures, especially, in a moment of surprise. And when I'm at events, I'm trying to think ahead because I'm trying to, are they going to do this? If I see someone coming in, I'm like, oh, I know they're going to hug it. I got to get there and get that shot.
And even when they're on the stages giving out awards, I just see you just be on the move. So it's a lot of concentration goes into that, right?
Yes.
People just think it's just hanging around. Mr. Middlebrooks, you talked about Jacquie in the photo. Let's mention Pablo in a little bit more detail. What does Pablo does for the newspaper? He's not here right now.
You can take any story. Pablo is also a good writer. He can take that story, just like Jacquie just said, and you can take the emotion of that particular story, and he can put that in writing for you. And then he can take the background of that same picture and see something that someone else doesn't see. And then he put all those things together, and then it presents a story that you say, oh my God, did I see that? No, some of you don't see that because you don't understand the background of that person. You don't see what they're thinking about. And then when Pablo and Jacquie get together with a picture, and then the story is told, my goodness.
And one of the things, Jacquie, I try to tell people all the time, taking a picture with a real camera is totally different from a cell phone picture.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm glad I got somebody here who understands visual. I can see Veronica shaking her head too. You have a state-of-the-art camera that you can't replace that with a cell phone. Go.
Correct. I use a Canon, and this is my second Canon. I've even upgraded and got a better camera. It's been a year June. So yes, the bigger cameras take a better picture, and you can do a whole lot more with the Canon or a Nikon or Olympus, those bigger cameras.
Now, as we move into this show is airing now, we are just past 4th of July. We're going to slowly move it over to the fall. We don't really know what the school district is going to do. We don't really know what's going on. But just in general, as the summer starts to go back into school, Mr. Middlebrooks, people can expect what as we close out the year 2020 from the Community Press newspaper?
You can expect the ultimate goal that we are looking for. We are looking for stories that happens that normally doesn't happen in this area. And we want to emphasize everything positive about that particular issue. And we will not go to sleep until we got, that's right. We will go to the nth degree to make sure we have it right and make sure the wording, the spelling is correct. We make sure every little, because you know what? Some people will take our stories and they go letter by letter by letter, just to be sure that we have made an error. We don't want to make those errors.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, and I guess it's good in a way as well. Jacquie, when you're seeing images flashing before us now, like concerts downtown, different events happening in the churches, community events throughout the community. This summer, we didn't get a chance to have as many outdoor events like Community Fun Day and things of that nature. How did the Community Press continue to document what was going on, even though we were in a pandemic state?
There was a couple of events that I did. Joe North did a feeding, so you have to adjust to the situation. So if the Deltas was having a feeding at Lee Health, I was there. Joe North did the feeding at Chef Michelle's restaurant. I was there. So you have to change and adapt to whatever is going on. So we were in that mode, and that's what I did.
And I think you're doing something with the graduates from high school graduates or graduation?
Yes, we're highlighting the graduates, high school and college graduates in the June issue.
Go ahead.
And also in this next issue, we also meaning that the school system will be feeding every day, Monday through Fridays. So we want the people to know that those kids will be helped all during the summer. They can go and get a meal from the school system. That is very important. And the fact that we have a medium, a newspaper, that people can look in and get this information. We don't really have like a radio show well, we do have a radio show, we do have a television show, but we don't have anything like we could pick up in the salon, take our time, read through it, pick it up from the store. I hate to say this, but sometimes I'm reading the Community Press while I'm driving. I'm just glancing at the pictures. I'm not
I'm still safe, but I got to hurry up and get through and see what I'm looking at, you know. So I usually get my community press at this gas station up here by the flea market. I don't know the name of it, but you know where I'm talking about. Talk about all those different locations and how that is so important that people can get it conveniently, Jacquie.
Well, like we do the churches. That's our biggest population is at the churches. And we have restaurants, we have gas stations, we have real estate offices. We are everywhere. We truly try to, people can call us and say, can you be a delivery spot? And so we'll add them to the list. And, you know, we have a distribution manager, Bodie.
Right.
He's on it. He really is. So just getting it out there at people, make it easy for them to get the paper is key. And then we also try to update, because we are once a month, I try to follow up on Facebook. So when we know something, we try to post it so you don't have to wait till the next month. You know, especially with this feeding, people know what schools and what times. We're going to have that on Facebook. So when things arise in the community that need immediate attention, you can always go to our Facebook page.
There you go. And that would be the Community Press on Facebook?
Yes.
Right. And Mr. Middlebrook, when are you going to say something on Facebook? I see you there. You just look at it, going to say something one day? Yeah. Or you talk to certain people? You don't ever talk to me, bro, with their problem.
You know, in the paper on the second page,
okay,
we have all the locations. I'm on where Bodie again, where Bodie drops off the. But now, if something comes up right away, then you can go to our we can go to our website and also to Facebook. Now, I have to say this about everybody that's a part of the community press. When something happens and we are not able to put it in the paper for right then, Jacquie, they picks it up and right there. And then, you know, we have had so many hits on a picture that's thrown out there on Facebook. I look at it sometime and I say, now, there's one, there's two.
And counting the hits, the views, I think.
Okay.
Likes. Yeah. Okay, remember the middle. Okay. It's called likes.
Oh, that's 175 now. It just was put on there about 2 minutes ago. And then now it's 355. I say, my good people be waiting not only for the paper, but they're also waiting for us to make sure we follow up with some of the things that we was not able to put in the paper.
Our last year's graduate section got over 15,000 likes.
That last year, okay, so we're coming back this year. So what does that say about the marriage of newspaper and social media? It's a good marriage?
Oh, it's an excellent marriage. They get along really good.
Before we go, Jacquie, I still see this show. I'll be back here to tape some more shows here at the Community Press. But, you know, here in the physical building. But I see this show right here as a historic documenting show at the 5-year mark. And we have sitting next to you the publisher of the Community Press newspaper. I should have gotten this in with Veronica and Bodie as well. But let's say something about Mr. Middlebrooks. Just be modest, Mr. Middlebrooks. Mr.
Middlebrooks is really one of a kind. He is so good to work for, and he gives you the freedom to do what you do. He gives you a lane, and you know he just gives you. He said go, and you just go. He doesn't micromanage. He is awesome. He tried to give us the tools that we need to be successful. He's encouraging. Some days I'm having a bad day, and to get his phone call, hey baby cakes. I perk right up and I feel so much better. So me and my husband talk about Mr. Middlebrooks all the time, and his wife is just like he is. Mm-hmm. They are wonderful. So
great role models.
Great role model. Veronica, when I send her something like I'm just tired, I can't think of anything to write, and I send her an email, and my email says make pretty, and she makes it pretty. Yes. And then Pablo says I'm his second wife. We are fussing. He doesn't want to do this, and I'm hitting him with the wet noodle. You got to do it. And then when the paper comes out, he has to admit that he was wrong. So me and Veronica tag team him, and we are a good family. We really are. We love one another, and so we just want to thank Mr. Middlebrooks for investing and starting this paper, bringing us on. We are all equals. He's not the big man and we the little people. We're all the same in this organization. Amen.
And it's so beautiful. People who are watching this show this Sunday morning are sitting there. Yes, it's Black owned and operated, and it's top of the notch. Top of the line. Mr. Middlebrooks, to give you an opportunity on my show to say something about that purple and gold. The blue and white, Jackie. Let's give a little something.
Okay.
Me and Jackie, blue and white. But just the Omegas have been the health forum, all those types of things that the Omega Psi Phi is
The
engaged
health
in.
forum comes in every September, the last Friday of each month, each year. So we are working on the health forum now. That's one of our biggest.
This is one of the great times to have it too, for people can get their tests.
And you'll be surprised how many males. That's why we include the females to bring you guys there, because y'all don't ever want to go to see a doctor or nothing. So we have to make sure we bring the females. Sometimes I cheat and I call the wife. I say, well, you get that man on out here before we get because we are known for being diabetic. We are known for prostate. We are known for certain things that we don't take care of ourselves. So we have to get the female involved to make you sure you're going to be around here for a little while longer.
And we've heard this for quite a bit of time recently, underlying conditions, Jackie. And what the Omega Psi Phi Health Forum does is gives us an opportunity to know if we have those underlying conditions, and then we can manage those properly. I know when I started doing the show with the Omega Health Forum, say 20 years, 15 years ago,
yes.
I started getting things like my prostate screening, getting my colonoscopy.
Yes.
Did I pronounce that right?
Colonoscopy.
My wife always said I screwed that up. But so continue on with the great work. Also, Omega Psi Phi has a talent. Go to that.
Yeah. We have a talent hunt. It's for high schoolers. And the amazing thing about that, they can go to different levels. They take the local level first, and then we go to the state, then we go to the district, and then we go to the national. And the person that wins the national gets a full scholarship to they go to any black college they want to go to.
And we send good talent each year. We got some talent down here.
Yes, all the time. And you'll be amazed from the local to the state how good the state. But when you pass the state, my goodness, it's unbelievable. We have a lot of young people, and this is only for high school students. We need to get one for college students too.
Okay. We're getting that in. There's some bonus coverage on Lee Pitts Live. Let's go to you, Jackie, before we wrap it up. Let's talk about Zeta Phi Beta sorority, your passion. Well, let's see, Great Gatsby.
Final Woman Luncheon.
Right. Sir Debonair.
Right.
Let's talk about a couple of what you're most proud of Zeta Phi Beta, my sorority sisters events that you put on each year.
We're a little chapter, but we are all about the sisterly love. And I love working with those ladies. I've formed some friendships and some sister relationships. I'm just very happy that I joined. I'm so happy that I'm a member. We're going to be doing great things in the 2021 year. A lot of things we were planning for this year got postponed.
Right.
So the Final Woman Lunch is going to be on. The Sir Debonair is going to be on. We're going to have a couple fundraisers. So we're going to have a very exciting year.
Greater Electric something on Facebook. Electrifying Women.
Yes.
Go ahead. Say that for me.
The Electrifying Ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority.
On Facebook.
Eta Alpha Zeta. Sorry. You got me confused there, Lee. It's Electrifying of Eta Alpha Zeta.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have a special edition of Lee Pitts Live at the Community Press newspaper right here on Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard in the Dunbar community in Fort Myers, Florida. The little paper with the big news, and they're certainly changing what we see in the newspaper from henceforth and forever. I'm just so thrilled that you guys welcome Lee Pitts Live in here for a day.
Thank you so kindly for coming out with us, Lee.
Much appreciated. We'll see you.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello, Southwest Florida. Thanks for watching Lee Pitts Live. Of course, I'm Lee Pitts. I hope you enjoy that particular show, but you can always catch us here on YouTube. Just click on the subscribe button down there. That way you can get your Lee Pitts Live on demand when you want it and how you want it. We also encourage you to watch our show on Fox 4 and connect with us on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live.